up, y'all?
I'm just playing.
I'm like, wow, Brian could find someone probably like maybe a little bit more mature. we ain't holding back.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Cole Life. Honestly, I'm trying to hold back laughter because these four jokers to the left and right of me are hilarious. These are our brothers, and we brought them today because you guys have been asking to meet our family, and well, against our better judgment, I think we're going to allow you to do just that today. We are going to bust out some questions that we asked you all to give us. What do you want to know about our family, and what inside information they have about us?
And you guys gave some interesting questions. We're going to pull them up.
And you'll have some interesting answers.
But don't forget, if you haven't joined our community, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get to know us, get to know our family, and let's get into it.
So, we're going to introduce our family, starting from the right. This is my older brother Nathan. He is 2 years older than me. He is 30. And right now he is the youth pastor for a Chinese ministry called Oasis. He is incredible in his giftings and anointings. I respect him so much. He is just one of the most mature and intelligent beings that I know on the face of the earth. This is my little brother. He's 8 years younger than me. He is 20. He owns his own business. He's owned his own business since I think 15 years old. Lawn maintenance organization. And I mean, this kid, you know, I'm just saying, he has an incredible business mind, also loves the Lord, is heavily involved with ministry, sits right under our pastor as his armor bearer. So just awesome brothers, awesome people. He's also my best friend. I absolutely love these guys. They are amazing.
This is my brother Art. He has been acting since what, 16, 17 years old. He's been in movies.
You know.
Yeah, he's had movies with Clint Eastwood. He's done just amazing work, and also he has written his own play, which was made through a book called, what was it called?
Beat the Streets.
Beat the Streets. And he does it every year with how many kids?
It's been over 300,000 kids.
300,000 kids. It's extremely inspirational. He's such an example for me of just like not giving up. I wish you guys could please follow him because he has an amazing story, and you're going to see the come up of more things that he's going to do soon. So stay tuned. Armand Cartwright, aka Batman. He is an amazing basketball player. He goes to school at Rochester College. It's a Christian college. He also is super business oriented, and he is probably one of the most caring people I know when it comes to taking care of people, checking on people, making sure that they are, you know, fully taken care of. I absolutely love his heart. Armand is absolutely amazing. He shows that. So
Appreciate that.
yeah. So let's just start off with the main question that I get asked a lot: who's single and who's not?
Oh Lord. Single, ready to mingle.
Yes.
Bro, he did not hesitate at all.
I'm single and open to a relationship, a long-term, solid relationship with a good woman.
Ooh.
Not a girl, a woman.
Oh, not a girl, a woman. A woman.
deep. It's deep.
Wow, what's the difference?
We getting hot.
Hey, I mean,
We can get into it.
Break it down, break it down.
I'm gonna spare everybody.
Okay. Another video. I'm married, been married for over 5 years.
You
so-
just broke about 5,000 girls' hearts. Just
No.
As right now, I'm happily taken.
In a relationship.
How long
In a relationship for
Gotcha.
4 or 5 months right now. You know, I like
To
change it
some
up.
people though, that's not.
That's fresh. Don't say you serious about it. Say you serious. Respect the 5 months. Okay. We are gonna put all of their social media handles down below, and you'll see them right here. Make sure that you follow them. They have some amazing stuff going on. And you know, Matthew just started an Instagram, so his Instagram will be down below. Yeah. You know, I already have people ask about his Instagram, so
Now, we set this up so that my family be on one side, her family be on the other. We second guessed ourselves once we realized that looks very segregated, and that's very much against the whole mission of our YouTube channel. So, we are going to reorganize this so that it goes by birthright. Eldest starting from the right, going to youngest. Another reason why we did that is so Lexi and I don't have to move. We're little children. Y'all do your thing.
okay, let's just start off with first impressions. Some people ask, what was the first impressions of me and Brian?
Of you and Brian?
Oh, together or just
so? No, individually. What was Nathan and Matthew's first impression of me, and then what was Brian's what was Armand and Art's first impression of Brian? Nathan, be honest.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, I think the first time I met Lexi was at the mall, and we were hanging out. I think Brian was dating someone else at the time that I think was in your friend group. That's a different story. I have like a visual of us in like the hallway area of the mall. We kind of chatted like a little bit, not too much. Like she seemed like a nice person. I didn't have like a strong like opinion or anything like that. The next time we met, I think was in our basement at our parents' house back in the day, and I was much more serious minded back then, and so these guys were like grown adults, but they decided to start a pillow fight in my parents' basement and grabbed the couch cushions and were smashing each other and all this other stuff, and I'm just there like, wow, these children.
Ruffians.
I'm like, wow, Brian could find someone probably like maybe a little bit more mature.
We ain't holding back.
Right?
We
are going there.
But no, that was funny. 'Cause I think honestly, I think his whole family thought that about me because I was literally on top of Brian, like ready to hit him, and then his family came down. I'm like,
So let's bear in mind a few things. Disclaimers: we were 18 years old, still old for a pillow fight, but we also are kids at heart.
yeah.
We still watch Disney movies alone.
Lexi, I honestly don't even have a first impression. I don't even remember the first time I met you.
He was like 5.
I'm about to say Matthew. That's a good to say quick. Matthew was 5 years old.
Yeah.
He didn't really remember me, but I remembered him.
She slept a lot. She took a lot of naps.
I did take a lot of
remember
naps
that.
over his house.
But
Do you remember the first time you met Brian?
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Oh, we have a strong debate about this.
We have a strong debate, but I feel like the first time I met Brian was outside at Lexi's grad party. That's when I believe I first met you, and then I asked you like, "Yo, like, do you hoop?" And you was like, "Yeah, I hoop." I'm like, "Oh wow, I might like this guy."
That's all he needs.
I might like this guy, and then once I saw him actually play ball, and I noticed like he can hoop. I'm like, "Oh wow, he can hoop." Christian guy. I'm like.
what more do you? What do you?
I was like, what more? And I noticed that you was a good guy, you know, got food for my sister and did like nice gestures towards her. I'm like, all right, you know, I like this guy a lot. So that was my first time meeting him.
I really don't remember.
I was gonna say I don't remember the first time we
I
met.
remember.
What is the fondest memory that you have of each sibling?
Fondest memory I had with Brian was when we went out and watched Furious 7. I was still pretty young, and it was kind of the turning point in our relationship. We'd kind of been at each other for quite a while growing up and weren't really the best of friends. But at that point, we started bonding over cars and Fast and Furious. And from there on out, our relationship of course got a lot deeper than just movies. But that was a significant point for me, for sure.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice from the heart. That's beautiful.
I have a memory of Art. I think one of the closest memories that I have of Art was when me and Art both got a whooping at the same time. My mom whooped us once, and that was she whooped us both together at the same time, and it was the worst whooping we've ever gotten.
No, seriously, like it was like.
I mean, when I tell you, me and Art,
What she use a hand?
me and Art was like reaching for each other. Like,
It was like. Literally, it felt like that scene in Toy Story where we were
Ready to die?
we didn't know we were gonna make it out of that one. I do know that the way my mom whoops us is like pure talent. It's like, it can't even really be explained. Like it's a talent. It's a talent. So yeah, that's a good one. That was and a bad one.
right. I think it's brought us closer.
Yeah, it brought us closer.
Well, I have one good one, and it's actually a Brian. When I was growing up, and Brian was in the, dating Lexi, and I was actually at their church, and I was going through a tough time, and me and Brian never had a one-on-one talk about what's going on in my life. One day, the pastor was like, grab someone, pray with them, and Brian grabbed me, and I told him what was going on in my life, because I felt like it was in my heart to express myself and tell him like what's been going on, because he's my brother, and I love him, so. And I trust him. So Brian, I told him what was going on, and Brian prayed for me, and that was like one of really passionate times for me, and I'll never forget that.
Appreciate that, bro.
No doubt.
I like that. Pause for tears.
Tears.
Moment.
Tears.
That's one thing I love about all of us is that we are all like really close.
Yeah.
One of the questions that they asked us was was how close are we? And I'm like, we are all like really, really close. Like I don't have to be around for my brothers to talk to Brian, and Brian doesn't have to be around for Nathan and Matthew to talk to me. So
At this point too, we got like what, almost 10 years between each other.
Yeah.
So we got some history.
shoot, even Matthew and Armand hung out.
Yeah. We ain't got one-on-one.
So next question. That I was just thinking of.
All right. Which of you are your parents' favorite? No, it's definitely Brian.
Well, okay.
It's Brian.
I
Mom and Dad don't watch
Is that for real? What you got? Is it Nathan?
No, it's not me.
would say. Brian was like, no,
It's definitely not Nathan.
Wait. I would definitely say that Brian is Dad's favorite, and you are Mom's favorite. We are Mom Cole's favorite.
So Matthew just left out completely? He's out of it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think Armand is Mom's favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Armand, no.
I don't know about this. I don't know.
Who do you think?
Armand is definitely.
No, Armand. We
Both
agree.
parents?
No.
This is good content. I'm hurt.
Yeah, Matthew just left out completely.
We're all debating like that's not
We
even.
are left out.
No.
Art, who do you think? I think Armand is Mom's
Moms?
favorite.
Yeah, moms.
Yeah, I think
Dad.
Armand.
I think you're Dad.
Yeah, I think.
I think
so.
you're Dad.
I think
Actually,
Favorite
it's
one.
between. I don't know. That might be a tie with Lexi.
I don't know, Lexi.
Because hey, Daddy's little girl.
Little girl. That's
But
little
no,
girl.
but I think
I wouldn't say I'm like. I don't know if I would say I'm Mom's favorite. I don't think she would say that either. I think we have like there's an affinity in our relationship. We kind of vibe on certain things, like with, spiritually.
Can you
and things
define
like
for the audience affinity?
The face that Brian was so.
And maybe for some of us as well.
Well, I'm really asking for me. What the?
a kinship, a connection.
But that does go. One of the questions that they asked was how were we growing up?
What I love about me, Lexi, and Armand, it looks like the same with you guys too, is that I see a lot of siblings that hate each other. Like they cannot stand each other. Like they, especially when it goes from oldest to younger siblings and everything like that. Me, Lexi, and Armand were extremely close from jump. I mean, extremely close. I mean, when every time somebody got a whooping, we came to the room and
I know we held each other.
And Lexi would be waiting by the door because I got the most whoopings out of all three of us combined. Lexi would always be waiting by the door, like, you okay? She used to wait for my parents to leave the room or whatever. Same thing with Armand. Armand used to be, he was like a baby there, so he was like, you good? All that type of stuff. We all three was just amazingly, incredibly close. So.
All three of us, I think all three of us now are like, we're really close with each other. I think there were some challenges with different people's relationships at different seasons growing up. So sometimes it'd be like, oh, me and Matthew were getting into it, or me and Brian, or Brian and Matthew. It'd just kind of like go through these like weird like seasons where sometimes people had beef with each other. But I think probably the one biggest challenge growing up was just the age gap between us. So Brian and I are only 2 years apart, but Matthew's like 8 years past Brian. So for the first few years, it was kind of tough trying to find stuff to like do together and like connect on the same wavelength. But once it kind of hit a sweet spot at some point, and we all just like, really clicked after that, and we became like, best friends instead of just, brothers by blood. But we're just really good friends now. So.
And we have our own language, that's for sure. Like we honestly like talk in movie quotes, like funny movie quotes, and we'll like honestly perceive like what the other person's thinking just by looking at them. Like it's a complete language with like a bunch of nuances, and it's honestly awesome.
I want to say 4 or 5 people asked us, do we have a baby name? And all of them know the baby name. We're still trying to think of a middle name, but all of them know the baby name. And we're gonna probably share that later on. So
How does your family feel about you guys being an interracial couple?
be real.
We definitely did have to encounter quite a bit of ignorance on our side and getting